channel. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another Raquel and Lizzy video.
Today we will have kind of a different video for y'all.
We will be teaching y'all how to make out.
I've been really trying.
Parts of a chemical equation, of course. To start off this video, you need to start off with an actual chemical equation.
Now, if you don't know, a chemical equation is a combination of symbols, which represent elements, and chemical formulas, which are basically compounds.
Right, so we use a chemical equation to represent what happens during a chemical reaction.
4Al plus 3O2. After that, you'll see an arrow, which means yield,
Don't worry about that. All the arrow represents is all the compounds on the left-hand side,
which are called the reactants.
which form another substance or substances on the right-hand side, which is called a product when combined.
In simpler terms, this plus this makes this.
Now, let's review what we've gone over. What we learned so far is that a chemical equation is just a representation of what happens during a chemical reaction. It is split into reactants on the left and products on the right.
Great, let's continue. So after the yield side comes the products. In this particular equation, the right side consists of 2Al2O3. If all this is confusing you, don't worry, because by the end of the video, we will teach you how to break down and identify the parts of a chemical equation all by yourself.
All right, now that we've broken down all the reactants and products, we're all done. Hallelujah. Let me go get me some Chick-fil-A.
Hallelujah.
Hold up, we're not done quite yet. We still have a bunch to teach them.
Then can I give you some chicken nuggets?
Yes, but only if you're sure.
All right. But let's hurry up because I'm really hungry. So... All right, we're done.
Oh, you stop it. Anyway, now for each side, we're going to identify the symbols. Let's start with the reactants. In this equation, we can see there is 4Al and 3O2. Now, you might be saying,
What are the numbers? This is not math class. I did not sign up for this.
to which I would say, 1, stop complaining, and 2, we'll get to that later.
For now, let's identify the elements that we see. As you can tell, you can see O, which stands for oxygen, and I bet you could probably figure out what Al stands for. It means aluminum. I mean, it's not that hard.
The O and the Al are called symbols. They just represent the elements. Here's the trick. The same elements are on the right side.
Anyways, now let's talk about the numbers. Because, like, y'all seem to have a problem with the numbers. I don't know why. There are two different types of numbers you see. There are the big ones and the small ones. Let's talk about the big ones. The big ones are the ones that determine how many atoms are used in that element.
So in this equation, the coefficients on the reactant sides are 4 and 3. This means 4 atoms of aluminum are present. How do you figure out oxygen though? It has another number attached to it. What does that mean again?
Oh, that's a subscript. A subscript is a small number on the right side of the element, which determines the number of atoms that there is used in the equation. Kind of similar. So you can tell that there are 2 atoms of oxygen on the reactant side.
Actually, I beg to differ.
Excuse me, breakfast?
You see, there's a coefficient and a subscript. This is more tricky, but I'm confident you'll catch on. In this case, the coefficient is 3 and the subscript is 2. As we learned earlier, both the coefficient and the subscript help determine how many atoms of the element are present. In order to find the total number of atoms in the equation, you have to multiply the 2 numbers together.
Oh, I remember that. Miss Russell taught us that in my science class. 2 times 3 equals 6, which is how many atoms of oxygen there are.
Exactly. See, mistakes are part of the learning process.
Got this now. Okay, let's think. We know the chemical equation, the reactants, the products, the yield, the coefficients, subscripts. I know this.
Nice, we've learned so much.
Yo, now I can finally give me some chicken nuggets.
Almost. We still have a little left to learn, but one last thing.
What is it?
Well, we're gonna backtrack a little bit. Yeah, sorry. But we've learned what symbols are and what coefficients and subscripts are. Now, when they are put together, like 2Al2O3, it has a special name. This is called a chemical formula. Not that hard, right?
No, not really.
Just remember that when there's a combination of multiple symbols and or coefficients and subscripts, it is called a chemical formula.
Well, that seems easy enough to remember. Let's review one more time. So the whole thing is called a chemical equation, and it's separated by one yield sign.
Everything on the left side is called the reactants, and everything on the right side are the products. Both sides contain chemical formulas.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this very fun learning experience with a bunch of intruders. It's great for me to freshen up on what I've learned in class.
I'm so glad you took the time to watch our video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up and push subscribe down below to see more videos from your favorite scientists.
This is Raquel and Lizzy, and we're out! Peace!
No, there's nothing wrong with you.
It's a Chick-fil-A. Hallelujah.
There.
Delete that.
Oh.
Yes.
So,
Okay, so let's get started breaking down the equation. 4a, stop.
Aiden.
Okay.
Then can I give you some chicken nuggets?
Yes, but only if you're sure.
All right. But action!
I love this music.
All right,